Who is that? That's
Hey.
This is my granddaughter, Edie Mae.
Edie
Don't
Mae.
Don't tell anybody, but she's my favorite. All right, you gotta go. Say hi, Jeremy.
Hello.
Hey, you be good.
Yeah, you just be real super quiet, okay?
Bye.
Hello, Jeremy.
What's up, brother Mike?
How you doing?
Doing well. How are you doing?
I am doing well. We've already got some guys and gals in the room tonight.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
because I see him on here real super quick, not that I would forget, but congratulations to Patrick Johnson. Just sent me 5 minutes ago a picture of his brand new baby granddaughter. I believe it was a granddaughter.
Oh wow.
So congratulations, Patrick.
Congratulations, buddy. That's awesome. Oh, Pappy.
I put out a thing for the exclusively fresh guys. I said, what problem did you solve? And Patrick didn't talk about the grandbaby. He talked about dinner. That shows you his priorities.
Man's got to eat to be able to take care of a baby.
That's a fact. That is a fact. Thank you so much.
Why didn't you just let her open the lid and hold it while you drunk it?
You know me well. All right, Christopher Henson, good to see you. Christopher says, I'll be watching from the hospital tonight. Dealing with
Awesome.
another pancreatitis flare. Oh, my goodness, brother. Well,
no.
write that down. Would you give me a pen,
Sorry.
please?
Sorry to hear that, buddy.
I asked my wife for a pen. We're going to write that one down, brother. We'll pray for you at the end of the podcast. Christopher Henson. My goodness. Thought you were going to say you were.
Why does
Shh, you had to be super quiet, okay?
Why did we stay here till it's
Can you do something about that?
It's nighttime.
Pancreatic. What would he say? Flare up?
Pancreatitis, maybe.
Mm-mm.
I ain't seen the comment yet. I just was going off what you said.
Dealing with another pancreatic
Mm.
flare up.
Okay. If that's the same thing as pancreatitis, I'd imagine.
He said, could be. I'm praying for you, brother. We will be praying for you tonight. Good to see Prestige Pressure Washing, John Shoemaker. Good to see you, buddy. Andrew Morris, Ryan, my man, 151 Soft Wash. Got a bunch of good fellas in here tonight. Dwayne Smither, Elijah Daniels, Patrick Johnson, Bobby. See, Bobby Linden. That's his new name. Bobby. Scott Terry, Vulcan Pressure Washing. Tommy Bain. Good to see you tonight, Tommy. Good to see you. S&H Pressure Washing. Charles Henry. Vulcan Pressure Washing.
Charles Henry.
Rusty. John Shoemaker. Cody Smith. Had it Shine Pressure Washing. We got a bunch. Man, Lynchburg. Man, Devin Jones. Everybody's in there tonight.
What is up, guys?
Him
Heck
and
yeah.
more. Hello, Joe Deary. Cody Smith.
Oh,
So happy to see everyone tonight. You may
signing
have-
more up on that annual agreement.
prayer requests tonight. Put them on there. We'll make sure to write them down and then pray for you tonight.
Absolutely.
All right. You
Absolutely.
also may have questions regarding pressure washing or life or whatever, and we'll send it all to Chat GPT and see if we can get some answers for you.
Oh, shoot.
Farmal Eric, good to see you. Jeremy,
Yo.
tell me about your day. Did you wash anything? What did you accomplish?
Oh, I mean, I did some work. Some. Yeah, I washed. I don't know. I guess I probably washed. I did a little gutter cleaning. Little gutter cleaning. I did that, you know. channeled my inner Joe Deary and hopped up on the roof, blew it out. Honestly, let's talk about this for me. You got to have a minimum on a cleaning, right?
Right.
You got to. And the only reason I did this lady's like this is because this is the second time around. So she's pretty much becoming an annual, actually probably twice a year gutter cleaning customer. And I don't usually do a lot of those because I don't really like doing a lot of those, but I'm setting her up on it. But anyways, $200 to hop up on the roof, run a blower. I threw my cougar paws on, went up the ladder, blew the gutters out, and no joke, 5 minutes. And I'm back off the roof and I'm out.
Nice.
So what? There's nothing wrong with that, right? And
No.
I've said it time and time again that I guess I have different minimums for different services. And I told the lady, I said, this is the price for the gutter cleaning. I want to keep her around because it's an easy job. I mean, it's easy peasy. That's good lunch money. But yeah, I did that. And then also I think I cleaned probably close to 11,000 square feet in houses today. Would you say that's about right, Mike?
It's huge, bro. Huge.
Based off the pictures. I don't know if I can get my phone to show up. Maybe I should see if I can pull that picture up and show everyone.
Can you save it to your computer and then bring it up as a third screen?
I could do that. Let me send them like that. I can do that.
Well, you do that, and I'm going to answer this question right here. Lynchburg Pressure Washing, or Pro Wash rather. He says, I heard you can downstream with a sud sucker up to 800 feet of pressure line. Any truth to that? I'm going to say two things about that. First of all, I think it would be so weak if you possibly could that I don't think that you would make a difference. I don't think that you could. And if somebody says that you can, that means you've got some experience with it, and then I would concede to that. But if you're just guessing, don't tell me you can if you're just guessing. But if you know for a fact you can, then so be it. Second thing I want to say to that is this. Who the heck is washing 800 feet away? And who keeps 800 feet of pressure line on your truck? Dude, that's wild.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm still working on it. Sorry, Mike.
That's okay. That's all right. I had to step aside just for a second myself. So yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. I just don't know. I don't think I've ever heard the tell of that one. Well, I had a good day as well. I had a trifecta, meaning I had a house wash, 2-story house wash, roof wash, and full concrete wash at one place. And then I had a paver sealing job. And then I had a 2-story house wash, and that was a good job. And then I had another 2-story house wash that I postponed because I had a meeting at church. So I wasn't going to be able to get to it. But so, yeah, a lot going on. Picked up a few jobs today, and the phone's starting to ring. Phone is starting to ring. Man. Yes, sir.
We want the phone to ring.
So here's a little subject for you guys tonight. Are you ready, by the way? You got pictures?
I do have pictures.
Okay, well, let's just see it.
All right, we'll start with the big one first. What do you say about that? Let me turn that down. All right, big house coming up first. This was first thing this morning. This was the first job. Can you see it? Is it on there?
We see it loud and clear.
Loud and clear. First one right there.
That's a big one.
Yeah, so it was a big house. This is the second year. This is actually an annual customer now. So we did it last June, July, sometime like that. Sent the message, sent my spring cleaning text reminder out automatically. Boom, yeah, we want to get on there. And so we got that one set up, got it done today. And I think the beautiful thing about it is it's got a lot of trees around it. It's in the woods. It's got this pond up front. So shockingly or not, like the railing and some of the white did have some algae and mold growing on it, I guess just coming off this pond. So I think that's going to be good in my favor for the aspect of um, setting it up on an annual wash.
Before you move on to the next one, Elijah has a question for you. Did you
Well,
go through?
Elijah, it's quite something because if you can look on the right side of the porch. I don't know if you can how well you can see over in here. I don't even know if you can see my. I got a mouse on here, but I don't think you can see it. But there's a lot of rock. There's rock everywhere around this property. I mean, you can't move your hose 10 feet without getting tangled up on a rock. Very aggravating. So you have to go up on the side of it with a ladder, and then you have to take a ladder to go up to the second story deck. Which last time what happened is the guy was home. He was actually home today. But last time it was me and Devin. We cleaned this house, and I had the little giant ladder placed up onto the second story deck. And the guy let me actually come in the house. He's like, "Yeah, just come on in, man. No point in climbing up and going over." And I just cleaned it from his balcony. And he actually offered to let me do that again this year. And I told him no, it was no big deal, that I would just clean it the way I had it. So I'm wanting to show you like how uneasy and how nearly ridiculous this was to get up there. And I guess I'm getting at something here on this. Let me see if I can pull this up for you now, Mike. See if I can get I'm going to try this, if this will work. Oh, well, maybe. Is it working? Here you go. Look at all the rock, and this is sloped. There's nothing level here. Luckily, there's no railing there that I was able to wedge my ladder on this rock at an angle and up on the railing. And if you can see
Brother,
there, can you see it?
I don't. Oh,
And
yeah,
I had to drag this up there, right? So it's 30 minutes just getting everything staged. Like it's a beautiful home. It's immaculate. It's amazing. It's huge. It's beautiful. It's got great views. But it's a booger. It's a booger to clean like that, and that's fine. That's fine and dandy. But I mean, there's a lot of property protection that goes in on this. There's tons of just stuff that is not like you do on a normal wash. And I'll show you what I'm talking about, because I sent this to Mike. Almost all the outlets are like this. They're not finished. So your property protection is overboard for this property. And this house, how long do you think this house took me to wash? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do that one. Let's spend a few minutes just talking about how long one person washing this house. Now, he just told us this full story about the ladder placements and unevenness, and someone put in there you can buy ladder stabilizers. Yep, we'll definitely need to do that. That's a great idea.
I have ladder stabilizers. The problem is you're sloped, so like it's not going to be level unless you've got the feet leveler thing. But did you see the situation? You're nearly straight up and down on it, so there's no way.
Hey, is there a way to kick out somebody from the podcast?
Well, if I had a mustache like that, I could have watched it 42 minutes.
I think so.
I could have done it.
Christopher Henson says 4 hours.
Okay.
Mac Daddy says 2 hours. Neptune says 4 hours. 3 hours and 40 minutes from John Shoemaker. Devin Jones says an hour and a half. Phooey on you. K&K Washing says 4.5 hours. Collins Creature Room, cool name, by the way. Now, I don't think we've seen you on the podcast before. If we have, I apologize, but we're glad you're here. He says 2 hours. Bobby Linden says 2 hours. Bobby, me and you'd sit around and talk for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Andrew Morris, 2.5 hours. 3 hours for 151 pressure washing. Joe Deary said 3 hours. That's respectable.
Yeah.
All right. 4.5 hours, Tom Lanier. Okay. What do you think? How long did it take you?
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I was on the phone the entire time I did this. From the
That's
moment this picture right here, I was on the phone with Damon Moore. I took this picture, and Damon, I tried to send it to you, but it never would go through. And I think I sent it to Charles Henry. I think he saw it, or Steve. I can't remember who I sent it to. But from the time I rode up to and look at the air conditioning units. You're at the basement, and you're hitting this peak. That's guys. That's like 4 stories.
That's 4 stories.
That's 4 stories, and I'm out here in the wind. It's crazy. And so what I'm getting at,
you're working it up.
Yeah. All the property protection on the phone, packing the ladders. And I didn't move in a hurry. I did not bustle hustle this one out. It took me approximately, and I'll tell you, because I was on the phone with Damon Moore the entire time up until I collected the check.
Wow.
And that wash took me 2 hours, and I don't know if you can even see. Oh, you can't. Can you see this?
No.
Oh, well, 2 hours and 16 minutes.
Dang, son. Son.
I don't know that's bad.
Jeez.
I don't know that's bad. Now, here's another question. What would you guys have charged for that wash?
And that's a great question, because now you just told us how little time it took to do it.
Yeah.
So now we got to be thinking like, okay, now he kind of gave us a little extra nugget there in terms of how long it took. Now, how about this? If someone,
I think this is like a 6,500 square foot house or more.
Okay. So if someone said, "Hey, I got a wash. Can you come help me? It's going to take 2 hours and 16 minutes." Think about that. How much would you charge for 2 hours and 16 minutes? Just remember, we're not charging by time. We're charging by the finished product, the value of the finished product.
Yeah. Joe says this all the time on this channel. It's all about the staging. It's all about the processes. It's all about it is about the equipment as well. But it's like, when you look at this job, you need to know where you're starting and where you're finishing. You got to have a game plan.
Good point.
You're going to have a game plan on a job like this to make things go smooth. And Keith says, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Yeah, that's absolutely the truth. So let's see. Patrick says 99. Scott Terry says 750.
Sean Weber's at 225. He's full.
Yeah. Smokey says 750. Austin Pruitt, what all did I wash? I washed everything.
Besides the roof.
I didn't wash the roof. No, I did all the house. This was a house wash. Now, it is a lot of rock, and the rock is not that bad, but it gets washed by default just from all the runoff. So, and underneath of it is underneath that bottom basement walkout is metal. It's a metal soffit. So all that got washed, and all the way around.
Tony LaRuca at 6,500 square feet.
Yeah, about 6,500 square feet. 725, 300, 550. I'm not even looking at that house for 300 or 550. 500. Joe says 685. 640, 151, 2200. Let's see, 1687, 11, 12.
Can I,
Okay.
can I
Okay.
make a point before you tell us? I need to make a point here.
Yeah, please.
Joe Deary, hear this now. He washed it last year already. This is the
Yeah.
second year washing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to wash it next year too. And I'll probably wash the pool house when it's finished this year. I mean, I'll wash it next year.
We've got some legitimate numbers coming in.
Yeah, I see 11, 975. That is a deal. Yeah. 1650, 800.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can I? I'm going to answer this in a roundabout way. Elijah Daniels says, "Hey, Mike, what would your price be?" I'm not going to tell you what my price would be because I don't want to give it away. But what I will tell you is that when he asked me what I would do it for, we did it for the same number.
It was the same exact number.
Yeah.
It was the same exact number. Yeah, Zach, I'm going to need you to get off here so you don't know what I priced this at.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys, real respectable numbers. Who's ready to know? I'm ready to tell. Okay. There were some extremely close. I don't think I seen anyone with the exact number though. Some were very, very close.
But if this were the Price is Right, I would have been in the Showcase Showdown.
You won both showcases.
Yeah, I would have won both showcases.
Someone else was like within $5. Who was within like $5? I saw it, man. It was it Vulcan? I think Vulcan was okay. Vulcan was probably the absolute closest. He said 975. And
if you go over, you bust.
Yeah, you would bust. It was $1,000. That's what I charged, and that's with our sales tax included. So it was like 940, 50, something like that, plus the sales tax. And I told the lady 1,000, and I subtracted the sales tax off the 1,000. So
sure.
But here's the thing: is this is said the second year. It was way dirtier. It was way dirtier last year.
Yeah,
way dirtier. So free shirt.
See, that's the thing is there's two factors there. One, we knew how long it took him in advance.
Yeah.
And then secondly, we know that this was the second year. So when you look at that, when you take those two things, it took him 2 hours, 16 minutes, and he already did it last year. Without seeing the house, the first thing you're thinking is $500, $400, because you're just thinking how much do I need to make an hour? And you might say $600, but then you see the house and you see all the surroundings. You see all the landscaping and the outlets that have to be covered that were bare wires.
They're everywhere.
You got to climb up a ladder to get to another ladder to get to the second deck.
Yeah,
it's worth $1,000 all day.
And it's like and on the front porch, because this is the back side of the house. You drive up, you're looking at it. The front side of the house, is extremely nice and beautiful. I wish I had a picture, but it's got all painted wood in the soffit, stained wood, like what you were talking about on your video the other day. And same process as you used. Both houses I've done today, same process. Wet the wood down, downstream it, immediately rinse. And I never have an issue when I do that. Never.
So Elijah says, Mike, would that be considered a moderate price in Cincy? I think that my price of $1,000 which is what he asked me earlier, just before the podcast, how much would you charge? Taking a look at it, I said $1,000. I think I would have been if by moderate you mean average. I think some would have priced it higher, some would have priced it lower. I'd have been at $1,000, and I think that you could get $1,200 out of that wash here in Cincy.
I could definitely get, you could definitely get more. And last year when I priced it at 1,000, I immediately thought, I was like, I priced this too low. I priced it too low. I was kind of aggravated. Then we did it, and it was me and, like I said, it was me and Devin last year, and we did it. I don't remember how fast we did it last year. So I'm getting back out there today, and I'm already know the property. I already know there's rocks on it. I kind of already have an idea of what's going on, right? So it's like, I don't even know what that would be. I don't even know if I can figure out the math on that.
Ethan, you're a funny guy. I like it.
What's that?
Ethan's talking to me over here.
Oh, okay. So that's, and listen, and I've shared like this, that price is not consistent with kind of my normal pricing on most other houses. Like I should have probably been, normally I would have been about $350 to $400 higher in my area. But now let's have a real talk though. At the end of the day, you wash that house in 2 hours and 15, 16 minutes. What do you have to complain about for that price?
Right.
Nothing.
Not a thing.
Not a
Because
thing.
that was your third wash.
This was the first one this morning.
But I mean, it was one of three.
One of three.
Yeah.
One of three. Very much one of three.
Hey, Dawson, you clean a slate roof the very same way you clean an asphalt shingle roof.
Yeah. So
if you need specifics on that, I would use either my cheap shot or 12 volt at depending upon how dirty it is, up to 6%. But it's the same process.
yeah, so to give you a little bit of scope on this job, this was 250 foot of hose, 3/8 hose, 8-gallon minute machine, 2.1 stainless check valve injector, downstream flow pro for the win. Downstream the entire house. In fact, the only soft wash that I have right now on my rig that works is a 12 volt, and you ain't 12 volting. You ain't gonna be 12 volting that house.
No.
So that's it.
Scott will be praying for your wife. I just wrote your name down, and we'll be praying for your wife. We'll pray for her at the end of the podcast.
Yeah. How much bleach did I use? That's an excellent question.
Sean Garner, it was downstream. He downstreamed that.
Yeah. I don't really know. I didn't use a lot, honestly. At most, I might have used maybe 12 gallons. Maybe. So.
Hey, Bright, will you text me, please?
Yeah. Yes, Pat. I used the water boss on the entire job, except for one of the peaks on the front side had a super stubborn wasp nest that I could not get down, and I went and got I keep a neck down. I call it a neck down M5 twist and a shooter tip for like a smaller GPM machine, so I can get more PSI, a lot more slap. And I used that to knock those down, and it worked out great.
Hey, Christopher, what did we discuss? Forgive me for not remembering.
Yeah, it's a great project. Black paint roof.
Black painted roof.
You know, I almost wondered if there weren't any rocks and I wasn't getting hung up and I didn't have to do that property protection. I bet you I could have done that 45 minutes quicker. Yeah, you know I did. I ain't never washed without it.
Right. Show me your guns. Show
Just
me.
call
Your
me,
guns.
just call me Popeye, baby. I got these muscles.
That's right.
Uh, hey, yeah, Justin. I saw you got an order in. Justin got one of our Wash Pro shirts, so
Oh,
I'm super
fantastic.
happy about that. Yeah, let me throw that up there real quick, just for you guys who may be wondering. I'll throw up the back of it. Uh, right here, Justin ordered one of the shirts. We have these shirts. If you guys are interested in it, um, I can throw a link for that down in the chat box here in just a second. But yeah, Justin, I saw you ordered it. I think it should be in production and should be have already been sent out or be getting sent out. Maybe it's Friday. I'm not sure the way they produce those and send them out. But yeah, appreciate you doing that, man. Thanks so much.
Christopher Henson was saying there's info on how they want to rinse roofs no more than 20 minutes dwell time.
I don't know. Go ask Levi.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about that.
I don't know.
I'm not rinsing roofs.
Yeah, he's got all the details on that. Oh, ship today, awesome, man. That's awesome. Yes,
All
sir.
right. I saw a question here, or statement rather. Devin Jones says, I landed a 12 building commercial job. Was wondering, can I pull Kim from my truck with the Sudsucker 8 GPM 350? I think he means 350 feet of pressure hose.
I'm guessing yeah, because I've downstreamed normally on 300 feet of hose. I mean, I was using 250 today.
Yeah, a lot of guys. I think you can do it with a Sudsucker easily.
Yeah,
enough.
I think you can do that on a Sudsucker for sure. Yeah.
Hey, so here's one. Anybody have any tips on cleaning RVs? Bobby Linden. Bobby's your guy.
Yeah, Bobby's the man.
Bobby's the man with that stuff. Bobby Linden.
Let's see here. I'm trying to pull that. What's that called again?
Austin says, I had a guy ask me about washing a natural stone chimney. I can't tell. I can tell it's definitely soot, not algae buildup. What would be the best way to go about removing the soot without damaging the stone? It's natural stone. I would bleach it. I think you can get away with using SH.
Yeah. Why is that not working? Come on now.
Where's a good place to get a vertical 55-gallon tank without paying a crazy price on shipping? I don't know about shipping, but you could get with Trudy. Trudy has a good 55-gallon vertical tank.
Yeah, I don't think you can. You're gonna pay for shipping no matter what, brother. On that,
Yeah.
I don't think there's gonna be no way around it because it takes up space. Either that, or you find someone to go pick it up at.
Joe Deary says you might want to try some degreaser on that suit. Joe, I said suit.
Shoot.
Joe won't be wearing a suit at his own funeral. I'll tell you that now.
Be wearing a wash so hard.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that shirt. That shirt's so nice.
Yeah, it is.
I need to get up with Joe. I need to get me one of them 10-ounce tumblers.
Yes. Trudy from Panhandle. Trudy from Panhandle. Yes.
My internet is not doing well, Mike. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I don't know if you can hear me good, but everything's not moving the way it needs to be.
We can hear you just fine. We hear you as much as we want to hear you. How about that?
Yeah, that's fair enough. I've talked enough already, Anna.
Well, I'll tell you about my day. I had
yeah, please do.
My first job was a was a paver stone, not paver stone, but a stamped concrete paving job today that I washed yesterday. Someone up in the comment section way up there said, what's the best process for cleaning stamped concrete? Well, I just wash it like I would any kind of concrete. I just downstreamed a little SH on it, let it dwell for a minute, and cleaned it. I came back today and sealed it. I went from there to a UDF to use the bathroom. After that, I went to my second wash, which was a 2-story house wash, complete roof wash, and complete concrete cleaning job. Gave me a 5-star Google review, by the way. And from there, I went 11 minutes away and washed a 2-story house wash. And the man talked to me longer than it took to wash the house, and that's a fact. I had another large 2-story house wash that I postponed because of an impromptu pastor's meeting at church. And so I'll be washing that one out on another occasion. So a lot going on. Okay, great question. Here's the question of the day. Can you get the shirts in big boy sizes?
Hey Bobby, I just posted the link in the comment section. I'll post it one more time. These shirts come up to a 5XL. Extra small to 5X. If it's over a 5X, I don't know. But yeah.
Bobby came by the shop today because he needed.
Bobby, I got your message, Bobby. I'm sorry. I was at work yesterday and I forgot to respond to it. So my apologies. Was that yesterday? I've been at work for 5 days. Today was my first day off. So if I've missed your stuff, sorry from anyone who's messaged me. Looks like someone said they sent me an email, didn't they? Is that what they said? Did I miss that? This is moving so fast. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, they're still talking about the old Amra or whatever.
Oh man, now this is a good one, Charles. Thank you for asking a very legitimate question. Mike, how do you communicate last minute for the reschedule without upsetting the client? Well, I think that's on the client. There are some people that you're just not going to be able to. This particular wash was a repeat client. I've never washed this house before, but I've washed her place of business before. And I just reached out to her and said, hey, I've had a personal situation take place and I need to reschedule. I promise to get to you very, very soon. And I apologize for any inconvenience. Now, I knew that this wasn't an inconvenience to her, Charles. But if I didn't know this person, that's exactly how I would do it. And I would just apologize. I've only had a few of those over the years, and they've all went very, very well. But I didn't tell her I had a pastor's meeting. I wouldn't tell her if I had to go wash another house. I wouldn't. When it's ever something to where I need to hit the eject button and reschedule, I just say, Nancy, I need to apologize to you. I've had a personal situation take place and I need to reschedule, and I apologize for any inconvenience. I promise to reconnect with you very, very soon. And just let the pieces fall where they may. Oh gosh, you got this right.
Yeah. Hey, Bobby Landon was talking about maybe you two possibly coming down here in the future. Yeah. He said something about getting some Cracker Barrel. I said, Bobby, you come to Corbin, you ain't eating Cracker Barrel, son. You eating Smoky Bears.
That boy can eat Cracker Barrel 3 days a week, 3 days, 3 times a day. But I'm going to tell you, Smoky Bears is where it's at.
Smoky Bears is where it's at.
Couple of questions here. Let's see. Jeremy, I need to come over. Plants very vulnerable this time of the year. What's your advice? Okay, let's talk about that one. Sorry, I didn't mean. Plants are very vulnerable this time of the year.
Yeah.
What's your advice? Water, 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 and then don't hesitate to downstream a little bit of neutralizer on afterwards.
Yep. Keep neutralizer on the vehicle at all times. Yep. So that last house, the last house I watched today, I don't know if it's in that picture or not.
Joe,
not
almost
sure.
all of Joe Deary says, how much of your current scheduled work is new clients versus past clients? Almost all of my work, almost all of my current work is past clients.
Yeah.
Hence the large volume, high volume model. All right, show us that picture.
Yep. I was going to say, I want to answer that question too, because that's a great question. Thanks for bringing that up, Joe. I would say that I've had a lot of new clients this year as well, but let me rephrase it, because my lot is not the same as most people's a lot, right? I've shared that I've never washed more than 22 properties in a month. I think that's my highest month I've ever washed, but just different approaches from my business model. But I'd say I'm probably real close to 50-50 right now, personally. But yeah, let's bring this back up. I don't know if we can see this.
Yeah, we got it.
So there's a couple plants. I think that might be, that's definitely not a Japanese maple there in the front. There is a Japanese maple about the same exact spot on the back side. I think it almost looks like a little willow in a sense.
Yeah, they're going to regret that tree there.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay. Prime example. I did 3 properties, two washes. This was the second wash. This was the third stop. The second one was just an easy gutter clean, like I said. But this was a third stop. So these are a lot of the style houses that I wash.
Sure. Like
Not necessarily the brick and the stucco, but like the size.
Yeah.
These are the size. Like, this is very average for me. Like, I don't get a lot of the 1,500 square foot houses, I get some, but I don't get a lot. But I do a lot more. Like, I think this one was 3,600 square foot. You can see, but well, yeah, thank you. That man right there must be. I don't even know the word I'm looking for. I was going to say a florist.
He's a horticulturalist.
Not a florist.
Patrick's a florist.
But yeah,
I'm almost crying on that one.
but yeah, so this was the third stop, and this was the house, the driveway, and the sidewalk on the property. Ben Gregory, I want to be like Ben when I grow up.
Yeah, you got it right.
That's my goal. I want to be the Ben Gregory down here in Southeast Kentucky. But yeah, that was the third house. We can talk about it or not talk about it. We don't have to. It's pretty straightforward. Let's talk about it then.
Before we talk about it, how many jobs do you guys do in a season or a year? You're talking to myself and Jeremy. 2 years ago, get this, 2 years ago, I did 451 jobs. Now,
how many?
I'm sorry, 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I did 451 jobs. 2 years ago, I did 400 jobs. Last year, I'm probably around 350. So that tells you how bad it's dropped off for me over the years.
Okay. How many have you done this year? Do you know?
I don't.
Okay. I've done 23 jobs this year. That's it. That's all that I've done. But we're different. And I know you probably did 23 jobs last week.
Right.
I did 100. I'm going based off invoices.
Sure.
Last year I had 160 invoices. That was last year, and then I think the year before, 2022. Okay, last year was 160. 2023 was 132, and then 2022 I did 103. So it keeps going up, but not a
Good.
lot. So I'm trying to get there. Like I'd love to get to where I did like 200 or 250 jobs. I don't know that I want to do a lot more than that though.
Not without being full time.
Yeah. Look at
Patrick
this guy.
Johnson used to own a florist, and I
I'm
do
not, I'm
not
not surprised by that.
that does not surprise me in the
I'm not
least.
surprised by that. But yeah, so you want to talk about it? What do you want to talk about? Joe says 750 for the house and the driveway. I'm sure that's because I said I did the house and the driveway.
I don't know how big the driveway is.
The driveway is roughly, I think the driveway and the sidewalks are around 1,500 to 1,700 square feet, somewhere in that area, best my memory serves. Not crazy big. I mean, that's not big for us.
Yeah, no, you
I
got
think
big.
I think the driveway is about 1,500 square feet.
Okay,
But yeah, house wash, concrete. Where we at? I did 750 jobs. Yeah. But anyways, so you're looking at a brick house with a little bit of stucco and vinyl soffits. And there again, underneath of it, stained wood soffit under the porches, front and back porches. Very simple wash.
sure.
Let me know. Okay, here we go. Give us your input on how long do you think it took, and how much would you charge? Let's hear it.
I'm putting mine in there right now, and it's going to come up. And guys, I'm pushing this in, but it'll also come up Kentucky Wash Pros.
Yeah, it'll come up under me, but this is just Mike's response.
Okay. This would be my price. That's the house and the concrete. Oh, boom. I said 2 hours, and I'm going to be at 750. Well, me and 151 right
Let me
on.
be honest with you. Let me be honest with you. This is for a realtor friend of mine who I've washed other houses for. Other houses that she's sold, other houses that it's been hers investments and stuff. So, so this was I did a deal on this house. I generally don't do deals. I did a deal. I didn't do I mean, yeah, I don't know what you'll call it. I'll tell you what it is.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
Keith Pickens minimum 2026 $1,000.
LaRuca, I have 0 employees.
Yeah. I'm cracking up over here.
Ryan Butler said I did the house same size for $800. The windows were $500, and furniture was $250. Total $1,550.
Well, kudos to you, man. I ain't never got $500 just for a patio unless it's a huge patio.
And I will tell you now, brother, I don't know where you live. I'm happy for you.
He must be like upstate New York.
I'd like to know where you live, Ryan. I don't know anybody around here who's going to. I don't know if that's exterior windows, but interior and exterior windows all together, $800. Not if they're getting multiple prices. Not if they're getting multiple prices. You're never going to get that around here.
Yeah,
I shouldn't be so quick to say that.
Yeah. So and we've had these conversations. I look at a house like this a lot different than I look at a vinyl house. Washing a vinyl house this size to me is harder than washing this house.
Sure.
On this, and this house is 5 years old.
Yeah.
All you're washing, I mean, it's stucco, but it's 5-year-old stucco. It's not filthy by any means, you know. And it's not even that much. You see what you got. The other side of the 2-story looks the same way, and that's all the stucco you have. And there's
Ryan,
not a
I'm
lot.
curious. I'm curious, Ryan. So we're in the same state, and are you telling me that every day you can get that for $800 for the windows only? Just washing the windows, you get $800 to wash those windows. I'm doing something way wrong.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Mike. If they ask me to clean these windows where I'm at, you would be very lucky. And I'm going to call this exterior cleaning because you could probably just about double it for interior exterior. There's not a lot of windows on this house.
No,
If
sir.
you're looking at it, there's not a lot by any
No.
means.
No.
You might get $8 to $10 for the exterior. So if you get $10, if you do interior and exterior, $20 a window would be a big price. You probably won't get it for $20 a window for interior and exterior.
Guns and Hoses says, Mike, would you ever consider a shadow for a day or two? I don't. And one reason I don't is because I have said no to so many. And to say yes to one would mean saying yes to others. I do appreciate and consider that an honor that you would ask. I truly do.
All right, I'm looking at the numbers. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm looking. Okay. Yep. Here we go. All right, guys. So originally, this house price would have been $800. That's what I would have charged, given that I've watched other houses for her. Because listen, there's nothing on this house to really wash it. It doesn't take that long to do the house. So the house would have been I gave the price of the house $425, and then I went and I did the initial price on all the concrete work was $375, and I said, hey, let me knock $100 off of it for you, and I'll do the concrete if you want to do it while I'm there for $275. So it was a $700 ticket.
And I think that's what I said, 750 maybe.
Right. I think I was there maybe 2 hours.
Right. That's what I said. 2 hours at $750.
Maybe
George
2
Jefferson,
hours. I did. I didn't really hurry. This is 2 miles from my house, so
Giorgio says, can I use chlorine pool tablets? The answer is no.
Yeah.
There's a science to it that you couldn't master, and you're going to leave white film all over everything.
Yeah. So you don't want to do that, George.
Yeah.
Don't want to do that. But generally speaking, okay, I used the model instead of just simply saying 3,600 square foot times my price, which would have put me around 720 to $775 for that house wash. I'm not sure how I could justify washing that house for $775 when it ain't got no vinyl. It's not like it's all stucco.
Right.
So $425 felt fair because you can do it in an hour, easy hour on that house. But yeah, so that's where we're at. I kind of like this. So let's talk about these jobs and show them.
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably informational, probably helps. I think a lot of people's intrigued. I don't know, or find it helpful. Not real sure, but yeah. So it was a nice little day.
I want to speak to that for just a second.
Yeah,
Because we're right at 55 minutes. I want to speak to that for just a second.
I started the day. What did I tell you? I started like at 9:15 on that wash this morning, and I was done by like 4:30. I went and ate, took my time. lollygagged a little bit there. But yeah, so it's kind of went that way, and did I priced that one a little bit different. So
Very, very well, by the way. You did well. I want to
yeah,
encourage everyone. This is going to hit hard a little bit for some guys, but it's our podcast, so I'm throwing this out here. Jeremy doesn't even have to agree with me on this.
yeah.
Um,
Mind you, this was me by myself. This was not me and no one else. That's just me
right.
solo.
Lot to be said about all that.
Yeah,
Price, your price should always reflect the value that you have to offer. Keep that in mind. Your price should not be based upon a neighborhood status. People live in certain neighborhoods, so their price is going to be higher or lower. Like Walmart does not raise the price of their product based upon the customer. And I know we're not Walmart. We don't compare ourselves to Walmart. I'm using it as an illustration because what happens is we say, man, I threw up a price that I didn't think anybody on the planet would jump on, and they bid it. Well, that's at least borderline, if not completely unethical, that we're just
yeah.
throwing up prices. You should never be surprised when someone takes your price because you're not selling price, you're selling value. And your price is based on the value that you have to offer. And so if you have to offer a $500 value in the ghetto or in the burbs, your value is your value. And so I just want to throw that out there because I think sometimes guys get kind of like, man, I can charge whatever I want to. Let me just tell you something. Your customer determines your worth. You won't hear that a lot out there in Facebook land because everybody says, know your worth, know your worth, know your worth. Well, you can say you're worth $1,000, but if the customer's only going to pay 500, that's all you're going to get, or you're just not going to do it. That's
Yeah.
I say that because I think sometimes when we start talking prices, this is why I don't talk prices on my page or my channel rather. It's because prices start to inflate egos. I don't care who you are, me, Jeremy, anybody, prices can start to inflate egos. And then what it can also do is it can cause some other guys over here in the chat comment section over here to say, man, I'm not worth anything because I'm only getting $300 for that wash.
And that's not what it's meant to be.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's not what it's meant to be. And I seen me address bleach sprayer here. He says, "So you're charging by the hour, not square foot." That's not what I'm doing. I always kind of have a square foot price.
Right.
I don't hardly ever throw a hourly price out. I just don't because in the first example you would see that, well, he did about $500 an hour. Well, then the second one you're saying, well, he did like $350 an hour.
Nice.
So it's never the same. And both of those numbers, listen, these were two bigger houses.
Yeah.
It ain't. I don't do those two houses like that every single day. Maybe one of the not, and I don't wash every single day, but I wash 3 days a week. So we're doing decent sized houses. But one thing it's led me to believe is I'm wanting to increase my customer base this year and do some more washes. So I'm trying to kind of think about appealing. I don't want to say appealing. I'm not trying to discount myself, but I'm trying to be mindful of the area that I live in. Mind you guys that my footprint here where I'm at is about 100,000 people. That's it. And all I'm saying is that's in 3 counties because I'm serving 3 counties. It's not exactly where I live. It's a pretty big spread out area that I'm covering. About an hour, 45 minutes an hour in either direction, all the way around. And so I'm trying to be more mindful and appealing because let me give you this number. I don't know that I ever shared this with you, but the household median income where I live at is only about 43,000. It's not very high.
Right.
So I have to appeal, and I want to appeal to the business owners, the professionals, the lawyers, the doctors, the dentists, the realtor, but I'm trying to be mindful because let's face it, there's teachers that live in like that second house I showed you. There's teachers that live in these houses that you could have they could afford those houses 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 10 years ago. There's a lot of people, a lot of just normal working class people that live in some of these. But with the inflation of everything, like you wouldn't think about it. But I have to be mindful because, they're not pulling in 250, $300,000 a year. They're still, they're making 40, $50,000 a year.
Yeah.
But they just happen to have these houses down here because they've had them for 10, 15, 20 years. But I can be mindful of my pricing and attract some more customers in those bigger houses, but I'm still able to wash them in a shorter period of time and still be happy with the rate that I'm getting for my time given.
Yeah. It's good. Very
So
good. Very
think
good
about it like that. Think about it like that where you're at, I mean, I know some of you guys are in areas where the median income's $80,000 to $120,000. And I mean, I wish I had that.
Guns and hoses. I wrote down your prayer request. We'll be praying for that here in just a few moments. Austin Metzger asks a question. He says, what outside temps do you normally switch from 1.8 to 2.1? Right now, for me, at about 65 degrees, I'm ready to switch. I'm throwing out too much chem on these houses.
Yeah, I've washed with the 2.1 since March.
Okay.
I'm feel like I'm about ready to go to a 2.3 here soon. I mean, it was 85.
Yeah.
It was 85 here yesterday. So that's 2.3 all day.
Right. Out of the box says, did you guys do a blessing of the rigs this year, Mike? Not yet. Sean Holderman's putting that together. I don't have a date on that yet.
Oh, I'm losing. Here's the beautiful thing, Bleach Sprayer. There's no right or wrong way to put it. It's whatever you're content with, whatever you feel right for your business and you're happy with.
Danny, I really wish that I know you were working on your cheap shop, but I really wish you could have watched tonight. You've seen the two houses that Jeremy did. They look very similar to the one you did today. And I think you need to go back because you need to see the pictures. So when this is over with, go back, even if you just have to kind of thumb through this, because I think it looks similar to what you did today and hear his price. And he and I were at the same price point. So.
Yeah, I'm far down on the comments. Sorry.
That's okay. All right.
Let's see.
Lee Horn, I'm not going to say that one, says, can I connect two pressure washers with two different horsepower, 14 and 15? Well, that's not much difference in horsepower. You're asking if you can Siamese those together. Really, I want to know what size pumps that you have. And the answer is you really want to have identical pumps if you can have identical pumps so that you can use the same unloaders set at the same pressure.
Yeah. Justin, I can remember that you. I'm used to seeing your name there instead of the 151. I think I got some ideals for some more swag. Me and Mike's got to have some conversations about it. But yeah, I definitely stickers are definitely coming. We can do that. That ain't no problem. I ain't never really checked on the air fresheners. I like that idea though. All right. Well, We've rounded the hour, and I've talked the whole time. I'm sorry. I feel like
Well, you did. Dylan says, "How do you complete house washes so fast?" Have you seen his legs? Those things are about this big around. They get in the way of nothing. And it's like, I know his belly is this big, but his legs are this big, and they're aerodynamic. He cuts through the wind like nobody's business, bro. I
if
tell
you
you.
ever if you've ever seen Gru on Minions, that's me.
He's more like SpongeBob.
I get my legs like from Mike.
They call him Chicken Little where he's at, Corbin.
Uh, guys, this has been fun tonight. And by the way, we've been talking to Danny, and if you haven't already, while you're on YouTube, once we get off here, go check out the Mode Ranger. Just type it in the search bar. That's Danny Sawyer, Danny's Pressure Washing, Saltville, Virginia, the Mode Ranger. Go check him out. Give him subscribe. He's pretty good. He's good to listen to. He's funny. Danny's a good guy. I like him.
Yeah. He'll do in a pinch, that's for sure.
Yeah, he works.
All right, for me, I will answer this one, and we'll sign off after prayer.
Yeah.
I think it's my week to pray. How many years have you guys been washing? This is my 11th year.
This is going to be my 5th wash season.
Fun times.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm glad. I hope y'all liked this tonight. Maybe we'll do this some more in the future.
I think we should.
I think we should too. It's been pretty fun, especially if we get something unique.
I've got one coming up, I think Tuesday. If I'm actually able to wash it, then if weather or something, maybe I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll video it. I'll upload the video. You can watch the video on my channel, and then we'll walk through it next Wednesday night if Lord willing, weather cooperates.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a big one. Real quick.
I see. Yeah, I was gonna say I see that.
That's an unloader issue.
I did pop a hose today on that last wash when I started in the concrete.
It could be an unloader issue or it's a pump issue. I'm not sure.
Get you a pressure relief valve on that pump. That way you don't crack your pump if the unloader goes bad.
Well, I don't know if he's talking about cheap shot or not, if he's just talking in general.
Well, I mean, generally, even on a pressure washer pump, you get you a pressure relief valve.
Yeah, you can do that.
It just screws right into the other side where you're unloading.
Yep. All right, April, and let's see.
I think tonight's my night to pray, but I'll let you, since you're writing all the list down. I don't have it.
I do have a bunch.
You got it, brother. You get Kane on there?
Is that April and James Lindsay?
No, I was talking about Danny. He said pray for Kane. He has surgery on the 13th.
I did not see that.
Yeah.
All right. Right. All right. Let's pray.
Let's go.
All right. Father, it is in the name of Jesus that we are expressing our gratitude for this ability to come and pray. And we've had a great time tonight. We've discussed pricing and washing and all that's fun. But then real life happens, and we have before us prayer requests that are brought in from our brothers and sisters here. And we ask God your blessing over them. I think about Christopher Henson and this pancreatic flare-up that he's had. We ask, Lord, your blessings over him. Scott Terry asked us to pray for his wife who had shoulder surgery today. There were 2 boat crashes in Alabama and in Georgia, 3 fatalities. We pray for them, and thank you for Guns and Hoses who expressed his desire that we pray for them. We pray, Lord, for Brandon Smith. Ask God you'd bless Brandon there. He had asked for prayer as well. And then Don and Stephen Root. Stephanie has had brain surgery. We ask your blessings over her. We pray for Kane, baby Kane. Danny asked that we prayed for baby Kane. And Lord, you know these situations, and we ask God your will would be for them to recover, and for those who tragically passed away, Lord, we pray that you bless their families. There are some who are in the hospitals. We ask your blessings over them. Bless the doctors and the nurses and the caretakers in those facilities. Guide their hands and give them knowledge. Thank you for our brothers and sisters in the WASH community. Lord, we ask safety. We ask for safety over them, and may they not only be prosperous, but that they would be abundant in their prosperity and for their families. Bless them greatly. May they experience abundance in their life. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. God bless you.
Absolutely. Glad y'all hopped on tonight. Catch you next week.